got a model that I created called the Entrepreneur's Freedom Formula. And at the center of the model is freedom and impact. And then it's kind of like a Venn diagram where there's three circles, right? One of the circles is vision and purpose, kind of like where am I going and why am I doing this? The second circle is essentially like predictability and momentum. It's do I have a business model that's predictable and that's building momentum? And then the third part of it is time and energy. Is, am I getting back my time and energy? Is my business giving me energy? Am I buying back my time? And when you do all three of those well, you build a business that you love, that gives you more energy than it takes, that is making a positive impact, and that you've built in a way and delegated certain things in a way that has given you freedom in your business.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Carrot Cast. Now, the Carrot Cast, we're usually diving in doing interviews with amazing real estate investors, amazing real estate agents. Now, in these episodes, every Thursday, they're the Trevor Truck Talks, where you get to hear behind the scenes of the mindset shifts I'm going through as a CEO of one of the fastest growing companies in America, and the mindset shifts you can take to run your business and win back your freedom as well. Let's dive into this episode.
Can you really get freedom from your business? Can you really get freedom in your business? Well, in this episode of the podcast, I'm going to be talking about freedom. And one thing that a lot of people want as they become a real estate investor, as they become a flipper, wholesaler, real estate agent, those business models, y'all, we've talked about a lot on the podcast before and on our YouTube channel. Go check us out on YouTube, y'all, if you haven't subscribed over on YouTube yet. But one thing that we talked about a lot is that as real estate agents and investors on the wholesaling and flipping side, it's a very transactional income. Now, transactional income isn't a bad thing, right? So that means you're working, you do certain things, you make a check, you make some money, and it can be amazing money. I know lots of investors and agents who have 7-figure and even some who have 8-figure businesses on the transactional side of things. But the problem or the drawback of transactional income is that when those activities stop, eventually the income stops, right? So when the deals slow down or when you don't want to do it anymore, the income stops, and all the work that we had built to build that client base as an agent or the deal flow as the investor, the second you don't want to do it, unless you have a team to take that on, is the second that you get distracted, you move to something else, you see a shiny object of something you think you might like more than trying to maintain this business you've built now that's built up. And then you take your eye off the ball of the thing that's making you money right now. You go after that shiny object. And then all of a sudden your business that is making you the income starts to die down. And then you have to restart, right? It's what I call the churn and burn, the 3 to 5 year churn and burn model. And I've talked about it lots of times in the podcast. Now, in this episode of the Truck Talk, guys, what I want to talk about is something I don't think I have talked about in the podcast before, which is, can you truly get freedom from your business? And I've got a model that I created called the Entrepreneur's Freedom Formula. And at the center of that model, I want you to picture this. At the center of the model is freedom and impact. And then it's kind of like a Venn diagram where there's three circles, right? One of the circles is vision and purpose, kind of like where am I going and why am I doing this? The second circle is essentially like predictability and momentum. It's do I have a business model that's predictable and that's building momentum? And then the third part of it is time and energy. Is, am I getting back my time and energy? Is my business giving me energy? Am I buying back my time? And when you do all three of those well, you build a business that you love, that gives you more energy than it takes, that is making a positive impact, and that you've built in a way and delegated certain things in a way that has given you freedom in your business. Now, I was on a call last week with a guy named Jason Lewis, been a customer of ours for years and years, has a $3 million a year wholesaling business in Utah, has an 8-figure a year business that helps investors do direct mail marketing and crushes it with Carrot as well. And we talked about all the different levels and layers of growing a wholesaling business and growing as an agent, and where you delegate, where you don't, and how you go from 0 to where he is to 3 million. And one thing that popped up in that conversation, I've talked about it a little bit, I'm going to dive deeper on this one to help you know what moves you need to make in order to win back more of your time and gain whatever freedom you want to gain in your business. But the thing that he had mentioned, he said there were times in his business when he's like, I thought I was fully, like, I thought I was free. I thought I had delegated my heart's, my heart out here, and I was free from the business. He goes, there was a period of time where he grew enough to where he really didn't need to work in the business much. He worked for a handful of hours a week during that season. And he said what happened was the business grew and it sucked him back in. And guys, the thing that we all need to realize and recognize is when we want to grow a business, it's very hard to be free, truly free from that business as long as it's growing, or you place someone in to actually become the CEO of that business. Okay. Those two are the only scenarios I can even think of that really truly help you get freedom from your business. And in my entrepreneur freedom formula, one of them is basically called a lifestyle business, right? So a lot of people want lifestyle businesses, and you might be one of them. You might picture this lifestyle business of this business that cranks in money, and you're going to have all this time, and you're going to be on the beach and sipping Coronas, and that's your business, right? You just collect mailbox money, right? Mailbox money is coming in. But what happens is you can only have that happen by, number one, finding something that works to make money. Okay, right? Number two, so you find something that is a business model that can be predictable and repeatable. Number two, you then document and delegate the things that you do in that business so then other people can do those things in your place, winning back your time. Okay, so you've done that now enough to where then you have those people report to you in a certain cadence to where you can review how the business is doing in a certain amount of hours, to where you can get your work done in, let's say, less than 15 to 20 hours a week. Okay, that's kind of possibly a lifestyle business, right? Now, the challenge with that is most of the time, and I'm not going to say this is every time, but most of the time, you can only have a lifestyle business as long as you're willing to not have it grow. So if you learn how to make $100,000 a month, you might look at it to go, okay, cool. It was really hard to get to that first 100,000. And like I've said in the podcast before, guys, things break in businesses at 3s and 10s. So once you start a business as an investor or an agent, it's going to be really hard to get it going, but then you'll eventually figure out how to get to the first $100,000 a year in revenue, which is great. But around the $100,000 a year in revenue, that's where things might get a little hard again. You feel like you're working your butt off. You feel like, oh my gosh, I'm making some good money, but man, it's not that much money because now I either don't have enough money to delegate enough and buy back my time. Because then when I do, then I'm making under 100 grand again. And then you're working your butt off for, a decent income, but let's say 60, 70, 80 grand. And you're using money to delegate the rest of the time. So you're not killing yourself. Or you say, I've got to make more money now. I've got to increase my money so that I can hire people to do this so I can still make 100 grand. So maybe now your goal is $200,000, right? Or let's say it's 250. You go, man, and once I get to 250, then I'll be cool. Then I can kind of tap the brakes because at that point I'm making enough money. I'll be able to delegate to a couple of employees. And now I can work 10 to 20 hours a week and make my $100,000 to $125,000 a year, which you can. You can. So as long as you're not ambitious in your revenue and income goals, you can have freedom for a period of time. Because as long as you don't want to go above that $125,000 a year for yourself, then you are fine. You can continue to do that as your business and have as much freedom as you want and dial your hours back until the business gets stale, until competitors come in that market and start to knock down your door, until there's something that breaks in the business and it sucks you back in. Almost every business I've experienced, both mine and other people's that I coach and our customers, you can only keep that lifestyle business for a certain period of time before you get sucked back into the business. Either an employee quits and you get sucked back in, or like I said, the things that were working marketing wise stop working as well because you set them up 2 years ago and now the market's changed around you. So you need to come back and innovate. So now you're working 30 to 60 hours a week again to get the business built back up to a point to where you have new playbooks, new processes that are working to acquire customers again. and then you hire new people to get plugged into that place. Now you've got yourself another 18 months to 2 years of runway to have a lifestyle business again. So there's not truly a lifestyle business forever that I've found, unless, like I said, unless your income ambitions are not increasing. You don't want to or need to make any more money. You're fine with whatever dollar amount you're at right now. Okay. And your business will let you have a lifestyle business for probably, like I said, 18 months to maybe 3 years at a time until things break or until the market moves around you or your product becomes irrelevant or not as innovative or a key employee leaves. Okay. Or you hire a CEO, right? So you could hire a CEO and then truly be free from the business, except for coaching that CEO, setting goals with the CEO, holding them accountable. But even that's hard, because how do you hire a CEO if you've never been a good CEO yourself? How do you hire a CEO if you yourself don't know what a good scorecard looks like, good metrics look like? And that's where it's difficult for, first time or newer entrepreneurs to build this quote unquote quote lifestyle business. And so when Jason and I were talking, things break at the 3s and 10s. So that period of time where he said, man, I felt like I had myself bought, I had my time bought back and I was working very little and the business was earning great income. And I said, Jason, do you remember when that was? Like, about what revenue were you doing? And I think he had said around that time was like right there around just crossing over $1 million in revenue, or maybe it was right before. Maybe it was when it was like $750,000 in revenue. Okay, so you're gonna feel that way, like you bought back your time, usually right before you hit the next pinch point. So for him, let's say he was feeling amazing, like he had all this time and he felt like he had kind of a lifestyle business. It might have been right around that $600,000, $800,000 a year mark, because the $300,000 mark, things broke again. He had to learn how to delegate better. He had to learn how to create process. His marketing systems, he had to scale up in order to create more deals so he could delegate better. And then he figured those out. The marketing processes worked. He plugged in a new hire or two on the sales and lead management side. And then he had enough leads coming in and the right employees to manage the business, to grow it to a level of $750,000, $800,000 a year. And he was able to step out of it. But then, like I said, guys, he had ambitions to grow the business, so it did. And once things got around $1 million a year, he's like, oh, shoot, well, how do we grow more? Well, we need more leads. Oh, well, who's going to figure that out? Well, it's him, right? He's the marketing guy, so he's going to dive in and figure out how to make more leads. And then more leads come in, then he goes, shoot, we got more leads to handle. Who's going to catch all these calls because our current people are already busy? Oh, well, we got to hire another lead manager. We got to hire another sales, account acquisition manager. Okay, cool. Well, who's going to train them? Who's going to manage them? Oh, shoot, now we have 3 acquisitions managers. Who's going to manage them? Is there an acquisition manager, right? And so then that grows you through $1 million. And all of a sudden, from 1 to 3, you've got new problems to figure out. Now it's like buying back more of that CEO's time. And it's really building better systems, better processes, building your first set of leaders, which is what he did in that period of time to buy back more time. And he elevated a COO into the business to basically manage the operations. And now he meets with the COO weekly for a couple hours, and they go through their weekly report, their metrics, their deals, the all that kind of stuff. Jason then has a chance to hold him accountable because Jason has been a CEO of that business before. He had set up the reporting structure. He had set up those things, so he knows what he wants the CEO to report. And so that freed Jason up to then go start another company and have the time to do so. So guys, can you truly be free from your business if that's your goal? Is true and complete freedom? My argument is yes and no, okay? But there's pros and cons for both. The no is you cannot be truly free from your business unless you learn how to build a business first, and then you hire an amazing CEO to run the business, not COO, CEO to run the business. So they truly are running every aspect of the business, and you move to the investor owner bucket. And then you're holding them accountable to hit numbers, and then you fire them or coach them if they don't. Okay. The other way though, guys, you cannot truly separate yourself from the business for the long term if you want to grow your business. So either cap your income aspirations. So you're like, I'm okay if my income doesn't grow, and I'm okay if this number hits this. I'm just pulling into my house. I'm okay if my income never goes up. And then in that case, you'll just have to realize and recognize that you can buy back your time and you can have a lifestyle business for between 18 months and probably 3 years at a time. until you get pulled back in. You need to fix things. You need to adjust things, and you need to hire people, build better processes, build better systems, or whatever. So I want you to ask yourself, what do you really want? Do you want a lifestyle business? If so, truly look at it as you having to maintain things, look at things tightly, and really it's lifestyle for a season. It might be lifestyle for a year, might be lifestyle for 18 months, might be lifestyle for 2 years, 3 years, but eventually you are going to have to get pulled back into the business to elevate the business, to build better processes, build better systems, make sure it's innovating for the next phase. And then you can pull yourself back out after that 6 months to 12 months of really hard work, documenting and hiring things out, or hire a CEO. So neither one of those are easy answers, but guys, this is what I dive into every single time at Carrot Camps. Our May 2022 Carrot Camps sold out completely. Guys, we opened up Carrot Camp, the first one, it sold out in a day or two. So we sold all 15 spots at the full ticket price in a couple days. And we said, hey guys, there's so much demand for this spring's Carrot Camp. We don't feel good about only opening it up for 15. So we actually added a second Carrot Camp on that week. And so we sold that one out today. So we have 2 full cohorts of Carrot Campers coming in May in about 3 weeks, and are completely sold out. If you guys want to be at a future Carrot Camp where we dive into these topics, how to win back your freedom, how to build a business that's truly growing and has amazing team members, and you make amazing money and it's truly impactful, go to carrotcamp.com, sign up over there. And also, guys, here's kind of a cool thing. I'm going to be diving into this topic deeply at a live event called $1 Million Meeting in Dallas, Texas at the end of August 2022. We're actually running the event with Mike Hambright, and we're going to be controlling half of the entire agenda of the event. We're going to make it almost like a carrot party, guys. We are going to market this as our event. We're joint partnering with Mike on it. Our first ever kind of Carrot sanctioned live event. There'll be hundreds and hundreds of people there. I'm going to have part of my team there. There's going to be some of our most successful customers there. Carrot is going to be leading this event with Mike. You guys, go to milliondollarmeeting.co, milliondollarmeeting.co/carrot, milliondollarmeeting.co/carrot. Join over there. And guys, I'm going to be diving in deep on how to win back your time. I'm going to be diving in deep on how to build an amazing business. And we're going to have our biggest experts in our company and our customers teaching you guys how to build your evergreen marketing machines. We're going to have carrot parties. We're going to have all kinds of cool stuff. So milliondollarmeeting.co/carrot. Grab your ticket and we'll talk soon.